irresistible daimon, and unholy boldness, black veins from the halls, which look like their parents.
But justice shines in these smoky halls, and treasures the righteous life, while she leaves behind the gold-spangled homes of filthy-handed men, with her eyes turned away. For she does not honor the power of wealth, those falsely stamped with praise. She guides everything to its end.
Come then, King, city sacker of Troy, son of Atreus, how shall I address you?
How can I honor you?
Not too much.
But I don't want to fall short of the right greeting.
Many men prefer what seems to be to what is.
And so overstep what is just.
Everyone is willing to cry for the ill-fated.
But real pain never breaks their heart.
And those who join in joy are the same.
Forcing their faces into smiles.
For no one can escape a good judge of character.
Those seeming to be good-willed and well-intended, but really just flattering with watery love.
When you set out on the expedition for Helen, I won't lie,
You were, shall we say, drawn unfavorably.
And seemed to be a madman at the helm, bringing out of sacrifices boldness to dying men.
But now, from the bottom of my heart,
Not without love.
I'm proud of the effort, as it's all ended for the best.
and you will learn in time who of the citizens has been just, and who has been unfit as guardians of the city.
First, Argos and Argive gods. I should address you, since you are responsible for my homecoming, after I got my justice from the city of Priam. Without a word from me, the gods heard my case and called for manslaughter, Ilian destruction, casting their votes into the bloody urn, unwavering. Only the hand of hope hovered over the opposite urn, but left it empty and would not fill it. Still, smoke marks out that sacked city, and the winds of destruction live as the city dies, its rich abundance sent forth on the breeze as ash. So we must pay kindness to the gods and be mindful. We acted in response to the terrible rape of a woman, and the jaws of Argos ground their city to dust. Our horses brewed, our shield-bearing people that bounded out as the Pleiades set, overleaping the towers of Troy like flesh-eating lions, eagerly lapping at the blood of kings until they had their fill. I offer this prelude to the gods. Now, as to your concerns, I remember them, and I say to you that we are of one opinion there. It is in the nature of very few men to honor the lucky without a pang of jealousy. Envy is a venom. It sets upon the heart as a double sickness in the one afflicted. First, he's weighed down by his own struggles. Then he sees the wealth of another and hates it. I say this from experience. I know all too well false friendship, that shadowy illusion, those seeming to wish me well. Only Odysseus, who hadn't even been willing to sail with us, was a true friend, became a good horse once he yoked his cause to mine. Now, I don't even know if he's alive or dead. As for those other things, the city and the shared gods, we must call a council together and put these things up for discussion. We must decide how to keep hold of what's working well. And as for those other things needing healing or mending, we'll break that fever, even if we have to burn it out or cut it out. Now, into my halls and hearth home I'll go, and greet the gods with my right hand, for they have sent me out and brought me home again. Victory! You have followed me always. Stay with me forever.
Citizen men, elders of Argos, I am not ashamed to tell you of my man-loving ways. Shame dies for everyone with age. Don't believe what they tell you. I will tell you of my wretched life. How miserable it was when he was camped out at Ilion. So terrible to sit at home alone, a woman without a man, to hear 1,000 evil rumors. And then a messenger comes with bad news, then another with worse news than the last, shouting through the halls. If my husband had had so many wounds as the rumors would have, then he would have more holes bored through him than a net. And if he had died as many times as the stories claim that have come into these halls, then he would have been another 3-bodied monster like Geryon. And from above him and from down below him, could have bragged to have worn 3 muddy mantles, one for each of the bodies he had died in. Each and every one of these terrible reports, someone had to lose my life from the high-strung noose I'd thrown about my neck. It's because of this that your son's not here. Orestes, the proof of our bond. But don't worry. Our spear friend Strophius of Phocus is raising him. He warned me of a double danger. One for you beneath the walls of Troy, the other here. If your people cried out for anarchy and overthrew the council. It's in man's nature to kick you when you're down. Please don't think I'm tricking you with this excuse. As for me, the rushing tides of tears have finally dried up. There's not one drop left. I rubbed my eyes red during those late nights, weeping over you. The beacon fire's always unlit. I'd be awakened by the faintest buzzing, a little gnat, after I'd see you suffering more in my sleep than I could bear. I've been through all this, but I'm finally free from suffering. And I say that this man is the sheepdog of our pen, the forestay of our ship, the firm-footed pillar of this lofty roof, the only born son, the hope of land to sailors, the flowing stream to the thirsty traveler, and the sweet escape from our burdens. And I am right to praise him in this way. So envy, stay away! You have already put up with too many troubles. And now for me, my love, step down from that chariot and don't let your feet touch the ground, Lord, city sacker of Troy. Slaves, what are you doing? Put down the path. Spread it out at his feet. Let there be a wide purple way into the unhoped-for house. Let justice lead him. In my mind, never conquered by sleep. And arrange everything else rightly according to the gods.
Daughter of Leda, guard of my palace, your speech is like my absence, too long. To honor me right, the praises should come from someone else. Don't pamper me like a woman or a barbarian. Don't gape at me, don't grovel, don't draw envy on me by strewing my path with such tapestries. Only a god should be honored like this. Mortal man that I am, I cannot walk on these embroidered silks, not without fear. Honor me as a man. I'm famous enough without foot claws and embroidery. Just to think straight is the greatest gift of God, and a man must die still holding his wealth to be considered happy. That I can act as I do, I have every confidence.
Try telling me that without betraying your true wishes.
Know that my wishes will not be my downfall.
If you were scared, wouldn't you pray to the gods and offer to do this?
I'd do it if someone who really knew what to do told me to.
What do you think Priam would do if he had accomplished so much?
I think he definitely walked on these tapestries.
Then don't be afraid what men will say.
But when the people cry out, their voice is strong.
But the unenvied man is not a happy man.
A woman shouldn't want to argue so much.
A conqueror should know when to give in.
You really want to win so badly.
Give in. Let me win this one.
All right. If this is really what you want. Quick! At least take off my boots. Leather servants of my feet. As I pray no jealous God will cast his eye on me when I walk on these purple roads. What a shame it would be to destroy this house with my feet, wrecking this wealth in these silver-bought weavings. Here it goes. But welcome with goodwill this foreign girl. A gentle ruler is one Zeus looks down on with the happy eye. After all, no one willingly puts on the yoke of slavery. No, she's the one I picked. A flower among many riches, the gift of their army. She's come home with me. Now that I've put aside my own judgments to listen to you, I'll walk into the halls of this house treading these purple roads.
There is a sea, and who shall dry it up? Teems with purple, worth as much as silver, to dye our clothes. And there's always more of it. By the gods, my lord, the house already has enough of these things. Our halls don't know what it is to be poor. I would have prayed for you to trample many tapestries if it had been commanded in the temples of the gods when I was scheming to ransom your life. When the root lives in the home, the leaf unfurls, stretching out shade in the dog days of summer. And now that you've returned to the home hearth, warmth shows it's coming winter. And the chill's already in the house. Zeus makes wine from bitter grapes, and the rightful lord haunts the halls of his house again. Zeus, you accomplish all things. Bring my prayers to pass. See to the things you are about to do.